Make my point right here. Okay, let's scroll down, right? Let's scroll down and let's look at these two main fights here. Kell Brook, right? Kell Brook, TKO, 2020 of November, right? Then he went up and he beat Sean Porter in 2021, right? In the same month, November. What do we get? A TKO again? So who do Crawford need to fight right now? Nobody. That's who Crawford needs to fight right now. He proven himself. A whole year went by and he still TKO somebody. Next. So I just showed you it's a year apart, 2020 to 2021, and still in the same month of November. And Crawford had a TKO. Okay? But it seemed like, you know, people are talking about he have to stay active. He have to stay active. The man proved to you already that he knocked somebody out, a TKO with Kell Brook in 2020, and then in 2021, he did the same with Sean Porter. The man stay ready. He don't gotta get ready. Do you understand that? The man stay ready in the gym. I could understand if he backslide and he fought Sean Porter and he didn't produce no knockout TKO or nothing, but he produced that. But y'all insist that this man got to do something because of inactivity. But I would have said the same thing, but in that time span, he came back and he TKO'd Sean Porter. So what's really goody, man? What's going on? What's this? Because it sounds like y'all shook ones, man. It really sounds like y'all shook ones. It sounds like y'all really don't want this fight to happen with Errol Spence. You know, I don't know what these Errol Spence fans and these channels are doing, bro. And I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan. I always say that first. Okay? I'm not hiding. I ain't got no agenda and pretend that I'm a Terrance Crawford one and only fan, right? And pretending that I'm not what I am. I keep it 100 and I say I'm a Pacquiao fan, right? But like I said, I'm on the outside looking on the inside. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, bro. Why is all the frustration and the hostility for this man to keep fighting? Like, he did his part. He made his move on the chessboard. Now it's Errol Spence and UGAS to make their move. And whoever wins that fight should come up with Terrance Crawford. Any fan of boxing should say, all right, any fan, I don't care if you an Errol Spence, Crawford fan, Pacquiao fan, Wilder fan. Listen, it is what it is, man. That man made a move. Now it's Errol Spence's move. After that move is done, we don't want to hear that, oh, Terrance Crawford, he got a date. I can't stand this shit because it was Boots. Listen to this. It was Boots. It was Keith Thurman, right? And now I'm hearing Mikey Garcia. Like, yo, y'all keep coming up with these y'all just keep coming up with shit, man. Just let it be, man. Crawford ain't gotta do nothing. He got a mandatory is over. He just waiting to see what happens with Errol Spence and UGAS. And whoever wins that fight need to say Crawford's name in the ring. It's just plain and simple. This is chess. This is not checkers. Crawford made his move. It's your turn now, Errol. It's your turn now, UGAS, because we're going to give both of y'all the respect. And then, yo, every time I turn around, it's some kind of undertone bashing of Crawford, man. Undertone bashing of Crawford. And I'm getting sick. Listen to this right now. Listen to this. Roll the tape. Roll the tape.
We know Keith Thurman has stated that he would love a fight with Terrance Crawford. And Keith Thurman, he stated that, you know, and give him 8 months, which would be about July. Terrance Crawford said he would love to set the fight with Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman, it was at one point in time his number one objective to face off. He stated to beat the man, you got to beat the man, and Keith Thurman was the man to beat. Well, now Terrance Crawford needs to be at Keith Thurman's fight with Mario Barrios. Push for the fight. Okay, Terrance Crawford is stalling out his own career and he's doing himself a disservice. And before he know it, He's going to start. He's a timing fighter. He's ability to switch from southpaw to orthodox, but he relies on his reflexes and his timing. And Father Time is undefeated. He's going to get in the ring before you know it, and his reflexes are not going to be there. He's going to stall out his own career. Okay, he had the biggest fight in his career against Sean Porter. The next fight is going to be the biggest fight of his career to upstage that fight. And if Terrance Crawford come up short, well, people are going to start to say, yeah, well, Terrance Crawford was good, but, you know, as soon as he started to face top-notch opposition, he started to lose. So we need to see Terrance Crawford in the ring. He needs to stop being passive-aggressive. He needs to be a Keith Thurman fight with Mario Barrios. It needs to be an Errol Spence fight with Yordenis Ugas, and he needs to push for these fights.
Oh, yes. At once upon a time, Crawford was looking to fight Thurman, just like Blue said. That is once in that moment it was, because he was the man. He had the belts. Keith Thurman had the belts. So, yeah, it's true. Crawford said 8 months. Why we got to wait 8 months? We could get this fight on. So, but what I don't understand is Blue is saying that Crawford needs to be a Keith Thurman fight? Bro, Crawford does not need to be a Keith Thurman fight. Crawford has the option to be at Errol Spence fight, and if he's not there, he's not there. It's not that man's situation where he needs to be there in order for Errol Spence to call him out. And the reason why I'm telling you this is not because of the Crawford, it's because of Errol Spence. Errol Spence said when he clean up his division, he's going to sweep up his division. This is what the man said. I'm going to clean up my side. And then once I clean up my side, I'm seeing you, Crawford. So now, if this man beats Ugas and he doesn't bring up Crawford, right? He don't bring him up. Now, this is what Crawford said in his last. He said, listen, man, I don't know why he's at my fight. He said he'll never come to my fight. And he's dead. So actually, Errol Spence showed that respect to say, listen, man, I still got my eye on you. Regardless of what I said, you said things, I said things in the past, shit never added up. But I sat in the seat and I watched you fight. Then I shake my head and I dip out of there real quick, right? Okay, that's that. So now, after the Errol and Ugas fight, all Errol got to say is, I want Crawford next. Now, I don't care what the suits want. Listen, same thing with Crawford and Thurman. Listen, Mikey Garcia, if he wants Crawford, fine. Keith Thurman, if he wants Crawford, fine. If he wants Errol Spence, fine. That's not a problem. It's the problem when. And the problem is anything before Crawford and Spence is unnecessary. Anything after, you could use those idiots to defend your belt. I'm sorry to say it like that, man. All right? These are just cock blockers right now, okay? They just cock blockers. And we don't need cock blockers in the front. We this close. We don't need it. We got enough of the sanctioned bodies cock blocking everything. We don't need it. So yes, if these guys want to fight Errol Spence or Terrance Crawford, well, let them unify, let them become undisputed, and guess what? They're there for the pickings. They're there for the pickings. So that's all I'm saying. This thing with Crawford, listen, a lot of people saying that, you know, Crawford needs to be at Thurman's fight because he ain't got nobody to fight. Listen, man, somebody gonna pick him up. Somebody gonna pick him up, man. And the best way I see it, the only place he could go, even if he's to go to 154, just like I said, just like me and the brothers was chopping it up, he don't need to go to 154 right now. What's the rush? What's the rush? Because guess what? We all got narratives. Right? Errol Spence channels got narratives. So you're going to tell me you want Crawford to go up right now. Right now. Right? When he's this close of fighting Errol Spence. Waiting for Errol Spence, A-OK. It's A-OK. We're going to do this next because it's strap season. But you want him to move to 154. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop it. Terrance Crawford is chilling. Got his nuts in his hand and saying, what's next? That's all he's doing right now. And that's all he needs to do. Errol Spence, when he's supposed to finish what he's doing, he's supposed to call Crawford out. That's it. And when that happens, then we're going to see what's the real deal. Because if Errol Spence don't call this man out and he acts bougie, he puts his nose up in the air and he's like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might go to 154 and he doing all that shit. That's not on Crawford, man. That's on Errol Spence's side. Because I'm going to explain to you. People say Crawford, he got nowhere to go. He's boxed in. He got nowhere to go. Boxed in, boxed out, whatever y'all want to phrase it. No, he's not. Because guess what? If he wants to go to 154, who's at the 154? The PBC fighters. Who's at the welterweight division? The PBC fighters. So there is a contract that could be made. Okay, when it's time to fight Errol Spence, like I said, there's a 2-fight deal right there. The 2-fight deal is we fight and we get a rematch. And if everything works proper the way it does and it's dandy and everything, we could do a trilogy just like Wild and Fury. Simple as that. This is not hard to do. But the Errol Spence fans, and they're so in a rush. And the time is ticking. The time is ticking. Because you can keep talking about Boots. You can talk about Mikey Garcia. You can talk about Keith Thurman and all this, blah, blah, blah. But the clock is ticking. And I still haven't heard this announcement with Errol Spence and UGAS. Maybe they're going to announce it when Keith Thurman fights Barrios. And they'll say, well, this is when we're going to see. Because I'm here is April 19th in the stadium in Texas, right? But still, I'm not hearing the announcement. So I'm just hoping the announcement. Listen, let me tell you something, man. It's a couple fights that I will buy. Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you. Okay, I got the UGAS and Pacquiao fight. That was the last fight I got the Wilder and Tyson, right? So it's a couple fights I will buy. I will listen, I have a life. That's one. So if my life have to move on at the time that this fight is going to happen, my life will move on. And I got things to do. That's one. But my intentions, I will buy a UGAS versus Spence fight. Now, it's okay if the other brothers want to boycott. I got no beef with that. If they want to boycott that, that's their issues. I understand that. But that's a championship fight. They both got belts. It's getting near to Undisputed. It's a part of history. So I'm going to buy it regardless, okay? What's the next fight would I buy? I will buy, what I won't buy, I will buy the UGAS and Spence fight, but I won't buy a Spence versus Keith Thurman. I'm not buying it. Same thing. Terrance Crawford versus Keith Thurman, I'm not buying it. Okay? So you got to understand the details when it comes to me. I will buy a UGAS versus Spence, and I will buy a Spence or UGAS versus a Crawford. Anything that has to do with Keith Thurman or Mikey or whatever y'all want, it's not necessary. Let that be after so he could defend his belt. You know, Keith Thurman is there. He don't have to be there before. He could be there after. Eliminator, mandatory. It does not over-trump Undisputed. Simple as that. I don't care what these sanctioned bodies are talking about, man. I'm tired of y'all. Talking about what this man needs to do. Crawford needs to do nothing right now but stay in the gym and stay ready. That's it. That's it. We shouldn't be talking about Crawford no more. But guess what? You know what? I apologize, man. I apologize. I'm wrong. You know what? We do need to keep talking about Crawford. And I'm going to depend on you Errol Spence fans to keep popping your lip about what Crawford should do. Yes, you keep doing it. Keep doing it. Because this is what you call free promotion. And the only people I know that's giving free promotion is Errol Spence channels. Fanon, Blue Blood, Best Fight the Best. All y'all dudes crying, talking about this one ain't a real Crawford fan. That one is just a Crawford fan because he don't like Errol Spence fan. Listen, I ain't got nothing to get. Listen, I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan, right? I'm a Pactar, right? That's what they all say. I'm a Pactar. Okay, I built my channel on Manny Pacquiao in the welterweight division when he was about to fight so-and-so and so-and-so, hoping that he was going to be able to fight Errol Spence or Terrance Crawford. So I ain't faking the funk. I ain't faking the funk. That's one. Two, I got no problems with UGAS beating Manny Pacquiao. He did what he's supposed to do. That's it. So me having beef, I ain't got no beef with that. I ain't got no beef with that problem. But the problem is, we're not seen undisputed. So it doesn't matter what fan I am, and I'm not a chameleon. I'm not changing. Now that I'm a Terrance Crawford fan because Manny Pacquiao's retired. No, I'm a fan of Crawford and I'm a fan of Errol Spence, but they're not on the level of being a fanship when it comes to Manny Pacquiao because he's established. I've been with him since day one, 8th divisional, and at the end of the day, he established. He did more than any of these welterweight divisions, any of these welterweight fighters did at this moment in this generation right now. He's the oldest welterweight champion. So let's not get that twisted. Just because I'm not doing videos about Manny Pacquiao doesn't mean that I'm not still thinking about Manny Pacquiao and what's got in the future. All right? It is what it is. He retired. If he comes back, he comes back. It is what it is. But right now, I'm still following the welterweight division. As you can see, most of my videos is on the welterweight division. So if I feel that Crawford is getting treated unfairly, and I feel that way, I'm going to put it out that way. There's enough saturation of the Errol Spence channels on YouTube. Enough of it, man. So I don't care what you think or how you feel about me talking about Terrance Crawford, okay? I'm just keeping it 100. Right? It is what it is. Right now, all we got to do is worry about Errol Spence. You worry about Errol Spence. But like I said, it's okay. If you want to give free promotion, because see, I see Crawford doing a great job as a free agent with promoting himself. He got Bob Arum. He got Bob Arum in a lawsuit, breach of contract, false representation. Just like Keith Thurman said, nobody, Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, should be talking to their fighter about they can't sell. So that's false representation right there. And that's going to be in court. And that's a whole different story. If he wins that, that's more promotion. That's more promotion. Even if he loses, that's more promotion. But hoping he's going to win that. Hoping he's going to win that. Okay? He's going to have the same lawyer that he had with Mikey Garcia to get him out his contract with Bob Arum. So, Mr. Freeman, the lawyer of Mikey Garcia, is the lawyer of Crawford, had his hands on Bob Arum already. He knows how to work that dude. And Bob Arum lost to Freeman, that lawyer. So that's a whole different situation. But if y'all want to, you know what? I apologize. If y'all want to keep talking about bringing up fighters, Boots, Thurman, Mikey, you want to bring up as much fighters you want about Crawford, so be it. It's free promotion, man. That's what you call the puppet master, man. That's what you call the puppet master. And that's what he said. Oh, I say I got to lay back and be the puppet master. And that's it. So no matter what y'all want to say, if Bernie says something, if Bomac says something, if Crawford says something out of the ordinary, please, Errol Spence fans and channels, please do your best and just blast it out there. Because it's called free promotion, man. I'm sorry, man. Y'all doing your job properly. Bitch ass motherfucker. Y'all doing your job properly. So y'all keep doing it, man. Y'all keep doing it, man. I'm so happy, man. I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all falling for it. Where the strings? Pulling your back. Where the strings? You can't see him, but he's pulling the strings. He got y'all yapping and fucking idiots, yo. But just do your job. Do your job and keep talking about Crawford. Because that's when you're talking more than Crawford, then you're talking about Errol Spence. That's it. The only thing I heard last was that Errol Spence almost knocked his sparring partner out or so-and-so, and his power's coming back. Listen, all I know, Crawford power from 2020 when he beat Kell Brook and he stopped him to 2021 is still there. And that's the proof. On the other hand, we'll see what Errol Spence is looking like. with UGAS. Is he going to knock out UGAS? If he knock out UGAS, well, hey, more power to you, man. More power to you. That's all good. Okay? Like I said, I like Crawford. I like Spence. It's a 50-50 fight with me. Sometimes Crawford gets hits too much. But I don't think Errol got the power to drop him and knock him out. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because I'm looking back at what he couldn't do with Mikey Garcia or any other fighter for the last fights I saw. That's one. Two, sometimes I feel like Crawford could beat Errol Spence. Most of the time I feel like that because he got the tools in the toolbox. But sometimes I feel like I felt with Manny Pacquiao with Terrance Crawford, that he has a suspect chin at times. And he does get hit. That's how I feel. But at the end of the day, who I got Crawford. I got Crawford. I feel he got dog enough. And he just needs to know when to fight. And he just needs to know how to box at the right time and the right moment when it comes to Errol Spence. That's it. That's how I feel about this fight. And I want to see this fight. And I will pay for this fight. Because listen, man, I ain't on that streaming shit. You can stream. Hey, everybody can stream. But I want quality. When I watch a fight, I want quality. I just don't want to stream anything and 1 minute I'm seeing and shit's frozen and all. Nah. I want quality, man. And that's what these sanction bodies and these networks got to understand. Yes, it's very easy to stream a fight. It's very easy. Right? But if you give us what we want, I'd rather see it. Blast of nice color. I don't have to worry about it freezing. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, you might get something that's clear as day and stuff like that. No. Listen, man. I will buy a pay-per-view if it's worthy. And right now, the only fights I see that's worthy for me to order is Spence versus UGAS, because that's part of history with being a champion and leading your way to the Undisputed. And then after that, the next fight that I will buy is either UGAS or Errol Spence fighting Terrance Crawford. That's it. Anything before that is unnecessary. I'm not buying no Crawford and Errol Spence. I'm not buying no Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, and I'm not buying no Keith Thurman and no damn Terrance Crawford. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I know a lot of fans out there feel it too. They ain't buying that shit. Yeah, you go stream that, right? Because we ain't asked for that. Listen, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here for you to read between the lines. And all I know, Spence, channels, keep doing what you do best. Keep talking about, keep Crawford in your mouth. Until then, the fight, ain't no fight next. You want to fight something, fight these nuts right here. That's it. That's what Crawford should be telling everybody. Fight these nuts next. Because that's all that needs to be done right now. Him to chill, have his nuts in his hand, and wait to see what Errol Spence got to say. Say, yeah, nigga, what, nigga, what? What's next? You gonna say my name in the ring? If not, then we know where we going. And where we going is an Errol Spence fight versus Keith Thurman. If Keith Thurman is successful with Mario Barrows. That's just the way it is. I could read between the lines. All right. If Keith is successful and Spence does not say this man's name, Spence already know that the suits want him to do a certain fight. We're gonna see it in the ring. We're gonna see it in the ring. Because if you don't answer and say what he's supposed to say in the ring, when it comes to Bud Crawford, we know where we're going with Errol Spence. We're going with a Keith Thurman fight. We're going to Keith Thurman fight. And then regardless, listen, that's why I don't want Terrance Crawford fighting no one else right now. I'm waiting for this fight with Errol Spence and UGAS. So when it is over, and if Spence is victorious, if he got victory on his side, then the negotiations can start. Now, it could go other two ways. It's either there ain't no negotiations because Errol Spence didn't say Crawford name in the ring after he beat UGAS. If he beats UGAS, always give UGAS that respect. So that means there ain't no negotiation going on. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Because he already said, well, you know, I might move up to 154. I can't say. He might say, oh, who is this? He might say, yo, mom, check the door and see what that is. Yeah, he might say, I just want to move up to 150. Now, if he says that, then then we know there ain't no negotiations. There's no negotiations going on. If he says, yeah, I want Crawford next, then we know we're going to negotiations. And if the negotiations don't work between them two, then I can see that it might be an Errol Spence and Keith Thurman fight. That might be next. But it's the way it's the way it's handled. It's the way it's presented. Okay? And it's the way Errol Spence presents himself in the ring with this situation. One, if he says he wants to fight with Crawford and Crawford's next, then we know there's a negotiation step 2. If he does not say anything about Crawford in the ring, he's talking about this and he's talking about that, then we know we ain't going to no good negotiations. We're going to what the suits want. Right? PBC to Al Heyman. They want him to fight Keith Thurman next. That's the way I see it. So I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just not here to read between the lines and think. And Errol Spence fans and subscribers, please keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Motherfucking God. Yeah, whatever.